So I've used Photoshop for probably about 14 years now. I started self-teaching myself Adobe Photoshop CS2 when I was about 14, something like that. So I'm quite used to Photoshop, let's say. So we're going to see how this compares. I am just going to create a new document. Good blur tools, sharpen tools, all the usual kind of things. I was looking for something that's along the lines of my good old filter render clouds. I do so much stuff with filter render clouds. I'm guessing that it would be something like this. Yes, nailed it. Okay, this is my new filter render clouds. Okay, octaves. This sounds musical. Okay, so that's like adding like depth, I guess. Wow, no blurriness. Okay, so sharpness and blurriness. Zoom is going to be like how big it is. Okay, that's quite useful because in Photoshop you would just select a certain area, filter render clouds, and then you'd have to go resize it. So let's just use something like this. Persistence, what does this do? That's kind of like contrast. So we'll just do that. And some interesting blend modes. Those all look very familiar. What do these do? No split view. Split. Okay. Split view before after. Interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that. Mirror view. Okay, let's just apply that for now. If I press Control J, does it duplicate? Yes, it does duplicate it. Thank goodness that control is the same. Okay, basically, I've got an idea. I want to try and like recreate my map making, but using this. So normally, I would do some filter render clouds, do some threshold. So I'm going to see if I can find some kind of like threshold layer. Maybe it's like adjustment layer. Threshold. Here we go. Where does that put that? Oh, it does put it there. Okay, that's neat. So, threshold. This is very, very blurry. How can I adjust this? Interesting. Okay. Um, right. What else have we got here? Actually, let's have a look at the shapes. We have some really cool shapes. I've had a play at this in Affinity Designer, and the amount of customization in this is ridiculous. I like the donut tool because I am a bit of a donut. So the controls are a little bit different. Obviously, if you want to scale things, you've got to hold down Shift. That's the same. But if you want to scale things from the middle, um, what is it again? You got to hold down Control and Shift. Normally, that for me that would be like Alt and Shift. But the cool thing with this is you can adjust everything. You can adjust the whole radius. It's like wow, I love it. Look at it. It's so cool. You can invert angles. What does that do? Total angle. Yes, it's like a loady thing. It's also a bit like Pac-Man. I made a GIF of this earlier on the blog, which isn't out yet, but if you find it, lucky you. Um, okay, we've got some cool things. I want to look at layer effects. It's just weird that, okay, so there is an effects button. I'm guessing that will just go there. Interesting. So it brings that up. Nice that you've got a Gaussian blur as a layer effect now, rather than having to apply it. Is that, I'm guessing that means that that is now non-destructive. So if I want to go back in there and edit it, I can. Okay, that's neat. We've got outer shadow. We can set that to multiply. Radius, is that doing it? Yes, it is. Subtle, nice. Offset. Can I drag it? Ah, okay. So that's one thing I'll have to find an alternative to, because on Photoshop, if you have the layer effects open and you go and click on the drop shadow or whatever it is you're using, you can go and adjust it. See if I hold. Oh no, I've just duplicated something. Don't mind me. I'm duplicating things all over the place. I was just trying to hold down different keys to see what I can do there, but never mind. It's cool. Let's see the 3D effects. Yeah, we're gonna make some dank pixel art. Bevel and, oh, so this is different from bevel and emboss. We've got 3D and bevel and emboss. That's quite neat. Specular, so make it shiny or flat. Shininess makes it super shiny. That's cool. ambient, so you get the lighting. Okay, that's kind of cool. What about bevel and emboss as well? Let's just hide those other layers as well a minute. Let's give it a nice color too. Why not? Let's just make it a color. Let's have a play around. Okay, so this is pillow emboss. Got some familiar faces here. And straight up emboss. Not sure where the equivalent of hard edges and that kind of thing is. But that's certainly interesting to play with. Let's have another little go on here. So that's soften. Does look kind of cool. Pretty neat. And I'm guessing scale with object. What's this do? Oh, I know what this does. So this is like, how do I put a stroke on this? I have no idea how to add a stroke to this. That would be a great outline. Is that what it is now? Outline. Sure. Let's add a white outline and put it on there like that. So without the scale object on, I'm presuming that that will, yeah, so that stroke will stay the same however tiny I make the object. But if I go on the stroke, sorry, the outline, God, it's going to take ages to get used to this, and then make it there and scale to object, then if I make this fucking tiny, it will scale with the object. So that is kind of cool. And I presume I can still now play with the angles and this kind of thing, which is it's just fun to wiggle with, really. Come on. Okay. Um, okay, let's have a look. Put some document things. Layer masks are going to be cool. I have no idea what live projection is. Equirectangular projection. Yes, this is going to be cool for maps. Where was it? I should pay attention. Live projection. Equirectangular. Cool. Wait. Heading. Oh my god, it's trippy. Wait, no, this means that I can do the those 360-degree drawings, right? If I just like make a mark here, excuse me, where's my, is this brush even doing anything? I'm trying to draw a line. Hello, yes, I would like to draw a line. Where's my color? Do I even have a color? I do have colors. I don't understand why it's not brushing. Oh, I think I have color replacement tool selected. That was probably why. So now, how do I get back onto that view? Layer and live projection. Oh, edit live projection. Then I move it. Yes, I can. So I can basically, let's just hide this donut because I'm a bit of a donut. Means that I can face a certain direction and then go and draw. Actually, let's try it out now. Let's just say I draw my lovely computer screen and then I go and edit again and wiggle it around. And then, I don't know, like up here is going to be like the ceiling. So I'd be like, oh my god, it's the ceiling. This is going to come out so badly. And then hopefully, just to get an idea, if I end the live projection, it'll pop it back out. Oh, yes, this is fucking brilliant. So that whole thing up here is the ceiling, and those would kind of continue down in this sort of weird kind of fashion. And then if I wanted to draw like the floor, it would probably look something crazy like this. And then, I don't know, some weird stuff like that. Basically, you put it into a 360 panorama and you can view all around, and it's really, really cool. Let's see. One last try. Half dome. Hey, there we go. Oh my god, that hurts my eyes. That's really trippy. Oh my god, it's like I'm going through a tunnel. Whoa, I've just subscribed to my channel. Okay, I'm done.